Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing end to your Tuesday. Just wanted to make a quick video and talk about the FOMC rate decision that's going to be happening tomorrow. I do plan to live stream it, and hopefully I actually end up showing up. Just a quick little update. I was involved in a car accident. I was the only one that was badly hurt. So I went through surgery and I finally was able to come home. I just got home about an hour ago. So happy to catch up on some rest. But I do intend to go live tomorrow for our live trading session with the LPP team. So I hope to see you there. But also there's an FOMC rate decision, which means an FOMC meeting. And I just wanted to talk about the market's expectation and how you can kind of prepare for it. So I really hope that you learned something new. I hope that I earned your thumbs up, and please consider subscribing if you feel like I earned it. So I'm going to be a little bit slower just because I'm doing all this with one hand, but an amazing day for me today. Although I was in the hospital, I ended up taking a short position. I carried over my short position. This one wasn't necessarily by choice, at least not the full amount, but short on coin from 2 days ago to this morning pre-market. I closed my short and then it began to gap up. I re-entered the short and then it sold off into the aftermarket hours. I walked away with nearly $37,000. I did leave myself with about 1,000 shares in the open. So excited to see where that opens up tomorrow. Bitcoin's still selling off, so hopefully we can still see some selling pressure on coin. Again, FOMC rate decision tomorrow. This is an FOMC meeting which is hosted every single month by the Federal Reserve. The reason that this is important for those that are a little bit newer, this is where the Federal Reserve decides if they're going to be raising interest rates, pausing, or cutting interest rates. So according to this Fed rate monitor tool that's provided to us by investing.com, on March 20th, which is tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time. This is going to be a live stream that is hosted. Again, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, all you have to do is tune on in at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Or I think it's at, I'm sorry, I'm a little loopy right now. I don't know if it's 11 or 12. It's around the afternoon, Arizona time or Pacific Standard Time. But don't worry, just stay subscribed to the channel and turn on your post notifications, and YouTube should notify you when it is that I go live. But again, the Federal Reserve is going to be hosting that FOMC meeting 2 p.m. Eastern time. They're going to announce if they're going to pause, cut, or raise interest rates. And then 30 minutes after, Jerome Powell should be speaking and answering questions live. This is where a lot of the market volatility happens. And this is just a little suggestion for some of the beginners out there. It's going to be a very volatile day. So if direction is not clear or you do not deal with well with volatility, maybe it's a day that you can consider staying cash. But according to this Fed rate monitor tool, again, we have 14 hours until this report is released, and there is a 98% probability that the Federal Reserve is going to pause, and supposedly a 2% probability that the Federal Reserve is going to cut. Now, why is this the market's expectation? It's very simple. If you guys have paid attention to recent inflation reports, as in the CPI or the PPI, none of them have been coming in lower than what is expected. Inflation is actually going up, and that's been quite of a concern. So again, a lot of people have been saying that the Federal Reserve cannot justify cutting interest rates if inflation is actually going up. So we're excited to kind of hear more about it. Not only is the report important, but also his sentiment, kind of his guidance. And this is through the questions that Jerome Powell has asked and how he answers. I think this is why it's so important that even if you're an absolute beginner, why it might be useful for you to tune on in and to just see how the market reacts based off of Jerome Powell's tone. If his tone is like, hey, no, inflation needs to go down, and if it doesn't go down, then we're not cutting interest rates at all in 2024. That can cause the market to potentially sell off, right? Or if for whatever reason, if he's like, hey, economic data is good, and an interest rate cut is right around the corner, that can cause the market to skyrocket, right? So it's all just based off of his sentiment. And again, there's no reason to overcomplicate it or try to predict it. It's just, let's wait for the markets to react. That's how simple I like to keep it. And that's why I host those lives. So if you want to watch me trade live as soon as the market opens tomorrow, I hope to see you there. I will be a little bit slower, obviously, just with what I have going on. But again, that's going to be the second link in the description down below. You can sign up today and you can watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. I want to remind you, it's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and it's 50% off. So there's never going to be a bigger discount than that. But also just don't forget to subscribe to the channel and drop a thumbs up. And I hope to see you for the Federal Reserve FOMC meeting and the rate hike decision. So I appreciate your time. I do apologize for the delayed upload. But again, I hope that you guys understand. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.